بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Continue our practice test. Here we reach to question number 7 in the QuickBooks practice test. Question number 7 related to category of utilities general QuickBooks knowledge navigation. Here we will learn about QuickBooks files, the types of files, how you can back up your files, how can you restore your backup. Here, from these questions, we can learn some important things about your file that is stored in QuickBooks. How do you restore, question number 7, how do you restore a company file from backup copy? Okay, before we answer this question, we have here our QuickBooks company practice test. Here we start this company in the previous video. We create this company in the previous video. From file, new company, and from detail setup, or what we call advanced setup. We can go back for the previous video to see how we create practice test. Here we want to answer question number 7 about backup. Here we have file. We have here backup company and create copy. If you click on create copy, here you have save copy or backup for this company practice test. Here you have alternatives or options. Backup company, you want to create a backup copy of everything you need to recreate your company file in case of accident, loss, or damage to your data. Okay, this is the first option. The second option is portable company. And the first option here is useful for any cases that if your computer is crashed, if there's a virus and the files is lost, you can retrieve or you can recreate your company again from the point you create the last backup. Here the second option is portable company file. Portable company file is here temporary create a compact version. Compact version is a smaller size file of the company, of your company financial data that can be emailed. If you want to email the file, here the email can't hold the big size files, then you can reduce the size of the file by converting the company file to portable company file. And you can have the third option is accountant's copy. Get a compact version. Here also is a compact or a smaller size file of your company file. Your accountant will use it to make adjustments. Here adjusting entries can be made by accountants. Here if we think about a small company that have not hired an accountant in full time, and it did not need a full-time accountant, only need a part-time accountant, and the accountant here may be in another country, in another city, and the company wants to send a copy of its invoices, its bills, its transactions that is entered by the company employees to accountant to do the adjusting entries and the other accounting transactions and the other financial transactions that only accountant can do it or can create it. Then the company can create accountant copy, send it to its accountant for completing some important financial transactions or end of year transactions, etc. If we want to create our first backup, to see how to create backup, then we would choose backup company. and click next. Here, when we click next, he asks us, do you want to save your backup company online or locally? Online, get automatic online backup of your QuickBooks data and other important documents on the Intuit online backup solution. Here, the company file will be backed up on the company of QuickBooks from the company that is QuickBooks, the QuickBooks program, which is Intuit company. And the second option is local backup, is the backup on your CD or USB or your computer. Okay, we'll choose local backup. Then click next. Here he asks us, the QuickBooks asks us where we want to save the file. Here we recommend, and QuickBooks recommends, that you don't save the file on the directory C or the same directory of QuickBooks. Okay, you may choose another directory. For example, you may choose the directory D, directory E, F, etc. Here we click on the browse. From browse here, we will go back. We will go for local disk D. Okay, local disk D. Double click. Okay. Here you can see your folders. Here you can choose from this folder any folder you want for your company to back up in. Okay. Okay, we can choose any folder. We can here choose any folder. We can here see if we have any folders here. Okay, we can choose it. Or you can, if you don't have any folder here that is suitable, you can click cancel and go for a folder that's suitable for you. For example, we can go here for computer or D and create, right click and create new folder, new folder. Okay, and call it practice test. Okay, then go back here. Okay, we have browse. Okay, local D, sorry, and go for practice test. Practice test, double click. Okay, you have here practice test. Click OK. Okay, add the date and time of the backup to the file. Yes, recommended. Okay, limit the number of backup copies in this folder to 3. Here you can consider how, or you can determine how many, how many copies of backup created in this folder. Here the QuickBooks suggests that 3 times. You can change it for 1, 2, 3, 10. Here, if you back up more than 3 copies in one folder, here there is a chance that this folder or the track this folder saved on may be damaged. Then we recommend that you don't save more than 3 backup copies in the same folder. Okay, here we have remind me to back up when I close my company file every. How many times you want QuickBooks to remind you to back up your company? You close it the first time, then you if you close your practice company first time, then you open it, then you close it second time, you open it, third time you open it, fourth time. Okay, when you close the company file for the fourth time here, the QuickBooks will remind you to back up again. You can change this to any number you want. Okay, then click OK. save it now, or save it now and schedule future backups. You can save it now and put a schedule for future backups every month, every year, every week. Only schedule the future. Here you can only schedule the future. You want to save it now, but you want to save it in the future as a schedule. We click on save it now, then next. Okay, here the name of the company, backup file, the practice test, click save. We will wait for saving. Then when we save the backup file, then we can go back for our question and see how we can restore the company file that is backed up previously. And what we have here, what choice is correct. Okay, then we want to see if the backup is finished. No, not yet. Then we have to repeat choose file backup. Okay, QuickBooks have saved the backup file, the company for practice test, to this is the directory backup 7th of May 2020, the time. Okay, then you have here go back for QuickBooks. Here, if we want to restore the company file, we want to click to file. Here before we used to backup create copy. You can use backup company, create local backup. Create local backup here. If you click here, you move forward for the this window that you see in the see shortly here. You see shortly this window, create backup, online backup. Okay, then it's the same window that we used previously. Cancel. If we want to restore, to get back our company file, we have here open or restore file, open or restore file, or company file. Click open a company file, open a regular company. You can open a company from here. If you click next here, you go for open company file. That is here is a regular company file. We don't want this. We want file open or restore company. Restore backup here. You have restore portable, restore convert an accountant. Every type of backup or every type of company files in QuickBooks, you can restore it from here. Restore backup file or backup copy. Next, local, yes, not online. We save it on local, yes. Next, where in practice test. Okay, this is the backup. Click OK. Here, click on the file. Here you can note that the backup file extension SQBB for QuickBooks extension for backup file is QBB, and you can click open here. Okay, then next. Okay, save company file as the backup. You will restore it. You want to save it as you note that the directory, the QuickBooks save companies, regular companies you created here on. Okay, have here C users, public documents, institute, QuickBooks company file. You want to find your company file. This is the directory. It's a long directory, yes, but here is the directory. You can know what directory the QuickBooks search for the companies. Here we can call it practice test number 1. Okay, _1, save. Okay, then the QuickBooks will restore our company file from the backup. We will wait. Okay, go back. Then the correct answer is choose. Okay, here we have password 123 that we created in the previous video. Click OK. Okay, the correct answer, choose file, open or restore company, select restore backup copy. You have been successfully restore backup. Okay. Restore backup copy and click next. Create local online or online. Click next. Click save. Yes, this is the correct answer. that what we do in the previous what we do shortly, okay, in our practice company test file. Okay, close this and maximize. Go for the 8th question. Which of the following is not a backup option? Manually backup file is an option. We see that we manually choose options and choose backup options, choose local online, etc. Automatically backup data file when closing. Yes, he asked us if we want to automatically, when we close our company file, if we want to back up the company automatically. This is an option in QuickBooks. Automatically backup file when closing. If we choose or if we tell the QuickBooks to back up our company when we close the company file, then QuickBooks automatically will back up when we're closing this file. Okay, automatically back up that file when closing QuickBooks, or schedule an unattended backup. We see that in the previous dialog boxes and the backup choices. We have a choice that to schedule the backup. Then automatically, yes, we can automatically back up our file if we tell the QuickBooks to automatically back up when we close the QuickBooks. We can do that, manually we can do that, and schedule can do that. Then the answer is all of the above. Answer is D. Okay. Number 9. Why would you restore a data file from the backup file? You wish to review the backup file as it stood at an earlier date. Yes. If we here we are on 7th of May 2020. If we back up our file on 7th of May 2020 and we go forward for month of June, month of July, and for some reason the manager or the management wants to see the company file at the 7th of May 2020, then you can restore your company file at that date. The company file or the company data file on your hard drive is damaged. Yes, and this is the main reason you afraid that sometimes your hard drive will be damaged. Then if the hard drive is damaged, or there's a problem in your hard drive or on your CD or on your USB, you can restore your company file. Your company crashed, your computer crashed. Okay, you reload QuickBooks and now are ready to open the file, then the answer is all of the above. The answer is D. Number 10. How do you switch to multi-user mode? Here, by default, we are on single user mode. Click File. Okay. You have here switch to multi-user. Here, by default, when we open a company file, we are on the single user. Single user means that every user of the QuickBooks, if you have a company and you have a single user, every copy of QuickBooks in every computer is isolated from the other copy. Then if there is a single user mode in your computer, and your friend's computer have QuickBooks and a single mode, then what you do in your company does not affect what your friend do. But if you have a network and you choose a multi-user mode, then everything you do in a company that is loaded on the server, you have a server in the company and terminals, computers for the employees. Every employee do transactions like invoices, bills on this server will affect the transactions of the other employees. because they are all are doing their jobs on the same file. This is the file switch to multi-user mode. How do you choose file switch to multi-user mode from the menu? If you choose, the answer is D. If you choose to remove transactions of a specific data from the condensed data window, what does QuickBooks do? Here, condensed data on QuickBooks, we can go back for books, file. Yes, we have utilities here. From utilities, you can use condensed data. Condensed data هنا we have click. Then, what transaction we want to remove? Notice that we have here. What transaction do you want to remove? This is the meaning of condense. Condensed data by QuickBooks here. We mean the data we want to remove. Here you have three options. The first option, you want to remove data transaction before a specific date. Remove transaction before 1st of January 2019. You can change this date. Okay. Or transactions outside of the date range. You can't choose date range. Here QuickBooks, what will do? QuickBooks will remove any transactions like invoices, bills, okay, and will the QuickBooks will not removing any lists from your company. What we mean by lists? Here we have lists, menu, item list. Here in item list, here you can see that you have sales taxes. You can create new. You can create service, inventory part, inventory assembly, and inventory part, other charges. Here we have inventory part as we see in previous videos when we discuss about QuickBooks examples. Then if you create, for example, a list of your merchandise, a list of your service you render to customer, a list of fixed assets. If you create chart of account list here, you create a chart of account list. This chart of account list in QuickBooks. Then, if you want to choose by utilities condensed data, QuickBooks only remove transactions that you do here in entering bills. Every bill you enter will be removed. Create invoices, every invoice you create, every payment, etc. But QuickBooks will not remove lists. He will keep the chart of account list names, the item names, like inventory part names, like service names, etc., like taxes, but he will remove transactions. Here you can choose to remove. Here from QuickBooks you can choose to, from utilities you can choose, from condensed data you can choose to remove all transactions or transactions before specific date or transactions outside dates here. Then we go back here, we see that we have here choice remove all. The choice number 8 here we want to remove all payroll transactions that occurred on the date. This is a great way to fix the mistake of new person. No, remove all transactions while leaving lists. This is the correct answer. Preferences and service subscription. This is the correct answer as B. Then condensed data meaning remove transactions and keeps lists. What happens when you press F2? Go back for QuickBooks and press F2. You see that when pressing F2, you have product information dialog box that gives you a quick information about QuickBooks license number, product, QuickBooks Edition installed when you installed your QuickBooks, okay, etc. You have here total accounts in this company. We have 33 accounts. We have here number of names, total items, many items here. You have total terms, how many terms, how many shipping methods, the quick information about your company. You can here the location, you can see where your company file is stored here, the location. From F2, click OK. Then the answer is QuickBooks C. QuickBooks opens product information, which includes version and company information. The answer is C. Number 13 here, when would you enter a journal entry? You will enter journal entry here. We can go for company, make general journal entries. Here he asked us in the question when you can or when you need to use this choice, make general entry on this window. Here we have, okay, this is the window of entering journal entries. We will go back for the question to correct errors. If you have strong accounting background, yes. If you enter a mistake or enter an error at if you make a mistake in some transactions and you want to correct the errors by using journal entries, you can go for make general or journal entries and enter a correcting entry. For year-end adjustments, yes, we can use this. Here we have adjusted entries. Click here this checkbox and enter a journal entry. Then this journal entry will be considered as adjusting entry. Third, we have to enter depreciation. And depreciation, yes, is an adjusting entry. Then it's related to adjustments. Then the answer is all of the above. All of the above. All of the above is a journal entry purpose. Okay, you can consider the purpose to enter journal entry to correct errors or for year-end adjustments or to enter depreciation, etc. All of the above is the correct answer. Answer is D. 14. If the computer that houses your QuickBooks data crash. If the computer is damaged or crashed, what should you do? Restore backup copy of your company file. Yes, correct. Create a backup. No. You must create a backup before the computer is crashed. Condense your data. No. Condense your data. You condense your data for only remove transactions and keep lists. Export your data to Excel. No. It's restore backup copy of your file. It's the correct answer. The answer is A. Correct answer 14 is A. 15 here, when you start a company or are hired as a bookkeeper, it's important to know which edition of QuickBooks you are using. What are the major QuickBooks editions? We have here the editions of QuickBooks. The answer is the QuickBooks Online. You can go for QuickBooks Online on the internet. You can click here on the Google or on the browser of internet, and you can go for QuickBooks Online and go for Google here. QuickBooks Online, you can search for QuickBooks Online. Here you have QuickBooks Online. Enter QuickBooks Online, click. You can create an account with QuickBooks Online. Here that you have this page for QuickBooks Online. You can create simple start, essential or plus. You can go for free 30-day trial. Then you can here create a for example, we'll see symbol. Okay, sign up for 30 days, enter your email address, first name, last name, and create start free trial for 30 days. Then here you can create a company file for your you create an account for your company online. This is the first choice. The second choice, QuickBooks Pro. This is a second choice. Yes, this is a second. A second edition. Then the first edition QuickBooks Online. The second edition QuickBooks Pro. Third edition is QuickBooks Premier. QuickBooks Premier is with what we use it here in our company or on our edition. QuickBooks Premier. QuickBooks Enterprise Solutions is the highest edition. Then the answer is A. QuickBooks Online, QuickBooks Pro, QuickBooks Premier, and QuickBooks Enterprise Solutions are the QuickBooks editions. The answer is A. You can choose between these editions, and the most powerful edition is the Enterprise. When number 16, when entering a journal entry, what happens if the debts does not equal credit? Okay. What if you, when entering a journal entry, what happens if the debits does not equal credits? Go for QuickBooks Company, make journal entries. Okay, we will here see if we see that if we enter a journal entry here, furniture, for example, 1000 debit, and we see here if we create a new account, we call it bank, tab, setup, and bank account, continue. Have here a bank account. Then if you enter a debit and the credit that is not equal or that not imbalance, here save and close. The bank, save and close. Okay, we have a save and close. We have 1000. If we here put 100 instead of 1000, and we try to save this transaction here, QuickBooks, okay, and we want to see what will happen here. We will see what happens here for our company file. Here, QuickBooks does not allow us to save any journal entry that is not in balance. The transactions is not in balance. Warning. Please make sure the total amount of debit column are equals to credit. Then go back for question. QuickBooks send difference to adjustment account. No, QuickBooks will not allow you to record transactions. Yes. This is the correct answer B. This is the correct answer B. QuickBooks will not allow you to record transactions as we see in our example. Okay, here we finished the second category, which is utilities in our practice test. General QuickBooks knowledge and navigation. The second video will continue. Shukran.